guys, so this is going to be my review for this hair, which is from, let me get it this time, Virgin Hair Fix. And this is their Malaysian curly. I really do enjoy this. Now, I'm going to tell you who my inspiration was for a couple of these looks. This look specifically was Brandy's during the Hip Hop Awards. And then she had like the long flannel cape get down. And then her hair was much tighter than mine, and it was much more uniformed. It was like more of a big fro type feel, but that's what I was feeling with this. And then the other person that I always loved their hair was Claudette Ortiz from City High. I mean, it's hers, so clearly I can't replicate it that well, but I do my best. So, to this hair, I have in a silk base closure. No, I don't. I have it in a lace closure, and then I have in 4 bundles, and I think my longest bundle is a 24, I think it's a 22, a 20, and an 18, and I think my closure is a 16. But if I am wrong about any of the information that I just said, the correct information will definitely be below, and it should have been in the beginning of this video. So I went for it, like I told you guys in the initial review. I was gonna go for more of this free-flowing, don't really care, scary spice get down, because I just wanted something that was just very simple and to the point. And I would say right now, the weather, you would die with this, because it's like being a little mangy mutt. It's a lot of hair for the weather. You would die, okay, just from a heat stroke around your neck. But when it does get cooler, this kind of works. I'm giving you like, wet East LA Chola realness, I can shake you, son, something like that. That's what I'm kind of feeling with this. As far as the hair goes, the hair was very easy to install. It didn't give me any issues, any problems, nothing of that sort. What I kind of don't like is the fact that this closure is really, really curly, but this hair is very, very wavy. And it's curly too, but it's like you see, this is more of a bouncier curl. This is more of a uniform curl. And this is more like a wand curl. And then this, so I don't want it to kind of look like a palm tree. So that's why I keep on trying to fluff this out. But aside from that, it does kind of give you a very natural feel. Now, this definitely is very different from what I'm used to rocking. And it is it's very lightweight. It moves a lot. I didn't put anything in it as of yet. I did co-wash it though, after I did my initial review, and then I let it air dry. So this is what it looks like after it's been air dry. And it hasn't really changed the texture much. It relaxed a little bit more than it was when I first received it, because they were very uniform, as you can see in that video when I first took them out. But as of right now, it's just more relaxed, more of a natural feel. A girl or even a guy who has very naturally big curly, like just coily curly hair, this is what their hair usually looks like. The shedding for this has not been much, and with curly hair and sometimes wavy hair, when you start looking for shedding, it does tend to be a lot, but as of right now, it hasn't been too much of anything. Again, for those who are asking or new here, I do not wear weaves. I only wear wigs. So therefore, I don't lay on this hair, because of course when you lay on it, it flattens out your curls, and then you try to revive them and you use curl cream and all this other stuff. It just becomes very taxing on the hair, and then you have to wash it, and it's a lot. So I don't like to put a lot of product in my curly hair, as well as I do not sleep. So again, my experience with curly hair, or this hair in particular, will be very different from somebody who's actually tying it down at night and sleeping on it and showering with it and going to the gym with it. I just take it off and put it on my dresser once I get ready to go to sleep, so that when I get up, it still has this same look to it. I find that wigs are much easier than a sew-in. It's less painful. So for you guys who are not very well versed in wearing wigs, try it out, because it not only will save your hair, but it will save your pockets as well. So remember that I do not wear sew-in. So your experience with this, if you're going to get it sewed in, will be very different from mine's. It has a nice luster to it. It's not too shiny. Like sometimes when you get curly hair, it be like whatever the sealant that they put on top of the hair, it makes it look real plastic. And then you have to end up co-washing it or putting some dry shampoo in it so that it could look a little more on the natural side. I probably, what I'm going to probably do is take my wand and wand the rest of this hair to match the top. Because I love how the closure looks. And I love how this looks. I just don't like the fact that they don't match. But it's a give or take. Now, when I initially did it, it looked like they would match. And again, the more I pull my fingers through this, the more it's going to kind of connect and become one unit, you know? So the more you separate it and try not to disturb, don't do this because you're going to start tearing the curls out. But just pull them apart like this, and then it'll just start to make the hair bigger, and it'll start to just separate and become this nice lion's mane. So I do like this. I do. It's very different for me. And ever since I had seen that performance of Brandy, I really did love her hair. If I wanted that look, I would have to go with some very like really tight curly hair, and then I would have to wash it and co-wash it and then let it air dry and kind of pick it out just a tad, because her curl pattern was much smaller than this. These are like pretty big curls, which I do like too. So it's kind of the alternative for that look. Some people don't like to wear their hair like this because some people feel like they start looking like Rick James. And it's very easy if you cut it. Like some people I've seen, what they've done is they'll get their curly hair and then they'll cut the front part, like right here, and it becomes like a bang, a thick curly bang. So you starting to look like a shaggy dog. And some people can pull off the shaggy dog look. I'm just not one of them. But this is definitely enough bundles. I could actually got away. I didn't use all my hair either. I think I still have a half of my top bundle I still have because I couldn't get it to fit, but I also just didn't want it to be ridiculously tight at the top where it looked like a wig. Like I wanted to still have like this. You see the spaces? You can see my forehead right here. That's what I wanted to keep in. I didn't want it to just be hair everywhere. And one of my favorite singers is Khalees. And Khalees would wear her hair like this very often. It just would be in a color. And so I would love to do this in a color. So if I could find some 613 curly hair like this, and I could do like the caught out there look, I would be so excited. Yeah, if you guys like this, make sure you guys check the links below. And if you have any questions, ask me on Instagram. It's usually easier for me to answer on Instagram than it is on YouTube. I'm really bad at responding on here because there's just so many people, and sometimes YouTube don't want even let me, after I reply so many times, they won't let me reply to everybody, which is kind of dumb. But yeah, make sure you guys hit me up below and then we can go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one.